one word: inclusion. Let's assume that we're looking at a new component or a new part, a new subassembly. Early inclusion is vital, and for that, I would. I mean, I've taken a book actually, Max, from Toyota's. Do a lot of things from Toyota actually, but let's say that an obeya room for projects is in any manufacturer the first thing that I would put in there, because that is an open route for communication, and probably the best I've ever seen. It lays everything out. There is nothing hidden, and it encourages people to speak up.
So just to make sure people who are listening or watching understand. So an obeya room is like a war room, right? It's an area where the project team, let's say, or top management or whoever can go in and actually see laid out maybe on the walls the key indicators, the trends, the information collected. Everything is sort of available there. And people meet there regularly, maybe with stand-up meetings or whatever they think makes sense, and actually review this and review the progress on the initiatives. Did I get the description right?
Well, yeah. Basically, an obeya session or obeya room, you have outlined the reason or the objectives of the meeting, so everything, people can prepare for this. The information, warts and all, is there. I mean, corrective actions are great to put on an obeya wall, both open and closed. And you get people. I mean, I always say the obeya room has no chairs. It has a round desk, stand-up desk in the middle, a coffee machine at the side, a projector, and a whiteboard. And the idea is to get down to details, and you keep that to a minimum, to a maximum of 1 hour. So you don't let people waffle on and things like this. Get to the point, open communications, effectiveness. And yes, if it is a component or a new project, then bring in your key suppliers to one of those meetings right at the start. That would be my advice.
Max, what do you think? Have you seen this working well?
I mean, I mean, we can call it different words: visualization room, war room. Ultimately, it's based on the 3-minute management. You know, being able to understand everything that is going on without speaking to anyone within 3 minutes. But on saying that, I mean, I've seen it, and I've seen various methods using suppliers and bringing them into some visualization centers. I mean, on Clive's point there, total transparency, yes, of course. You know, for me, it's an absolute key foundation point that every business, from top to bottom, okay, certain things would be not be transparent, but, you know, transparency across the production, the quality, you know, everything like that should be there. As far as suppliers are concerned, I mean, I have done various visualization rooms where we've set up a supplier board, which then can measure various suppliers against each other, and that can have a strong effect, because if you're measuring parts returned or no good parts, or whichever way you want to cut a graph of or KPI of whichever way you want, but when you've got sort of, say, 5 or 6 suppliers on one board, where you're getting an element of peer pressure there, and certainly when you're working with large companies where these suppliers know that you are, you know, you've got a research and development center, you're constantly, you know, making new products. If you're working in the auto industry, we know that there's facelifts every couple of years, there's new model changes every 5 years. So from a key supplier into some of the industries where the goods are changing and moving, then it's in their own interest to be one of the higher suppliers. You know, and so putting that peer pressure on, and you know, okay, so some people don't like the idea of the transparency side and that, but at the end of the day, it's open and honest about the business and how it's running, and we're all going in the same direction to improve.